I wanted to take a moment and to share with y'all again, because it's been a while, to share with y'all how it was that I got into economics in the first place. And it's a very interesting story, and I like to reflect upon it, and it's actually one of my brighter moments as far as decision making goes. I was pretty much a normal run-of-the-mill person. You know, I was told to put my money into something called a 401k, and it seemed to always do well, and I just put a percentage of it, and that's it. And we'd go to these meetings once a year, and they'd show us a bunch of these bullshit pie charts where they promised certain returns, and for years and years and years, they gave those returns. And I had also been mentored and counseled by other people that played the market, so to speak. Little did I know that they were playing the market in a time where you damn near couldn't lose. And I was taught and trained that the market, no matter what, will always trend upwards in America, because that's just the way America is. And you could look at charts back then, and it would totally make sense. So all of my financial prowess, so to speak, and economic knowledge centered around, you know, you put your money into this thing and it pays you back. And the more money that you put into this, the more money that it pays you back. Well, enter the Great Recession, and all of a sudden these 401ks started losing money. And you know, people ask me, and they think, you know, hey, this Ron guy, he seems to know stuff. Let's ask him. And I was assuring them, I'm like, no, there is no way. This can't last forever. It's going to come back. As a matter of fact, this is going to be a good thing. Just keep on putting your money in there. It'll be like buying more and getting a greater return. And in that particular time frame, I was very wrong. And I gave out that particular advice at a time that it was very, very wrong. And I ended up having to acknowledge that I was very wrong, and I apologized to the person for being so very wrong. And so I began this study of economics, and I thought, surely, if we want to know how to handle things and how bad things could be, surely you can look back to the Great Depression in the 1920s and 30s and see what the score is. Just see where the flaw is in economics that was committed back then and avoid it. And boy howdy, was I ever surprised by that. There are 100 different books on 100 different opinions about the Great Depression. Why it happened, why it was longer, why it was shorter, and oddly enough, the people with certain economic schools of thought find the solution to the Great Depression within their particular doctrine. You know, the people that believe in strong intervention, which means the government intervenes and throttles down corporations. You know, they think, you know, that wasn't done enough, and it wasn't done early enough, and it was only by that we crawled our way out of it. And the people that had like this hands-off policy where you let the market do what the market's going to do, thought, oh, it's just the government's hands-on, prolonged it, and it was that they adopted less restrictions and this and that the market was able to correct itself. So it was a very eye-opening experience, because at the time I was thinking, oh, you know, shoot, somebody's going to have it figured out and it'll be the straight dope. And that's why whenever I look at modern economics and the policies that we have now, don't expect that all of a sudden, let's say you have a very progressive Democrat, fiscal liberal in office, don't expect that when they throw all these policies and stimuluses at the issue, that when it doesn't get better, don't expect them to say, oh my gosh, that didn't work, okay? They're going to be like the doctor that gives medicine to the patient doesn't get better, and they don't think, oh, gee whiz, the medicine's wrong. They think, well, it just doesn't have enough medicine. And so be on the lookout for that. And I wanted to just go back over what got my start in it. And if anybody has any questions or anything else like that on resources, I'd be happy to maybe point you in some directions of some stuff that I look at, and we'll talk to y'all later. See you later.